One more time for your host, doing his thing. Fantastic. Atlanta, what's up? Yeah, it's my first time here in Atlanta. It's been a good week so far. I've been happy to be here. I think I'm just happy to be like not at my job though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show up to work on Monday. It's like, oh, what'd you see in Atlanta? Fucking none of you guys. It was the best. Like none of you people at all. Like Atlanta has amazing, not my manager Jeff. Like some of the best, not Jeff I've ever had. Just, fantastic. Love it. I need to see some shit while I'm here. I haven't really seen shit so far. We've just been hanging out during the day, getting high, watching movies. Just whatever. We watched The Shining today. Good movie. Love that movie. Oof, that's a goodie, man. That scares me every time I see it. It's got that red rum scene. Whoo, shit. See the word murder. In a mirror, it says red rum. I'm not sure if you know this, though. If you ever see the word chlamydia in a mirror, it says Bacardi Limon Citrus Rum. I feel like that's spookier. I don't know why they didn't put that in the movie, but Kubrick makes his own choices. What else I've been watching? I saw the last. I've been kind of been on a Star Trek kick recently, ever since Leonard Nimoy died. Any Trekkies amongst us tonight? All right. That was about the right ratio and enthusiasm level. Just one man whispering yes. I like Star Trek. I won't leave you hanging out there. I like Star Trek, but I want to go as far as to say that like I am a Trekkie, because I feel like that would take away from them, because they're the real deal. They go hard in the Star Trek paint. You know what I mean? They wear costumes. They go to meetings and shit. What? I haven't seen people put that much effort into celebrating fictional characters since church. Probably. All right, testing the waters. Figuring out how devout this skeleton-themed comedy club is. We'll find out together. I have been big on the Star Trek recently, watching a lot of the Star Trek. My girlfriend says I'm a nerd for doing that, but I feel like nerd is just one of those words that's like lost its meaning. You know what I mean? Because it used to be people that are into science fiction, fantasy, comic books. Now it's just fucking any interest. Like, oh, I'm a little bit of a history nerd. Love the history. You know what I like, bro? Music. Yeah, it's kind of a music nerd. I'm like, that's not what a fucking nerd. You can't just say something that you enjoy and then call yourself a nerd. Oh yeah, my dad wasn't a drug addict, he was a coke nerd. No, you can't, that's not, no. You cannot do that. I mean, that was a valiant effort to be fair, but you can't rebrand my childhood that easily, Dad. That's not, just a joke. I don't know. Plus everybody like wants to be a nerd now too, which I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like that's a newer thing. It used to be like a pejorative, and everybody's like, oh, I'm a little bit of a nerd myself. I like Game of Thrones. Motherfucker, everybody likes Game of Thrones. It's got titties and magic. You know what else literally everybody loves? Las Vegas. You know why? It's got titties and magic. It's a good combination. Hard to go wrong with that. Oh, am I a nerd? I like chocolate chip cookies and the Beatles. No, fuck off. Not a nerd. I loved all that nerdy shit growing up, man. Science fiction, comic books. Like, I love science fiction so much growing up. I even viewed, like, my entire fucking world through, like, a prism of science fiction. Like, I didn't even understand what a glory hole was until my older cousin told me it's like a Stargate for dicks. And I was like, okay, that makes, all right. Now you're speaking my language. That makes sense. You mean, like, there's an Egyptian guy on the other side? He's like, yeah, sometimes. Depends on the neighborhood. How's you guys St. Patty's Day? Everyone recovered? Yeah, I'm not going as big as I used to. I like St. Patty's Day, but it's kind of a weird holiday because it's like a religious holiday, which people don't think. It's not like one of the obvious ones like Christmas or Easter. It's like Valentine's and St. Patrick's. No one thinks about that. Like Valentine's Day, that's a religious holiday, which straight up nobody takes into account because people get down on Valentine's Day. But it's to celebrate St. Valentine, this weird Catholic saint that lived back in the day. That's just a really weird legacy for that guy to have. You know, it's like, yeah, bummer for you, man. You got labeled a heretic, then disemboweled in the streets of Genoa in 249 AD, but now I get to have freaky sex on a Tuesday, yeah. Thanks for taking one for the team, Padre. Knuckles. Much appreciated. Super cool of you. St. Patrick's the same shit, man. St. Patrick. That guy dedicated his life to converting hostile, illiterate druids to Catholicism. Boom, 1,500 years later, I'm getting a DUI in front of Applebee's. It's all connected. This is the butterfly effect. That's what that is. I don't know if you guys know that. And I like talking about religion. I was raised without a religion myself, so it's kind of like talking about it. It's kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't know if anyone else experienced this. Like, growing up in America without a religion, you're kind of Christian by default. I don't know if that makes any sense. You just like pick it up through the culture, through osmosis. Like, I've never been to church in my life. I can tell you everything about Jesus. Just looking, born in a manger, walked on water, water to wine, rose on the third day, looks bitching on the side of a candle. I know about the guy. I know a lot about Jesus, a little bit less about Moses, part of the Red Sea, led the Jews out of Egypt, a little bit less about Muhammad, prophet from Saudi Arabia, kind of camera shy. I know about those guys. Who I don't know anything about? Fucking Buddha. Like, unless you go out and learn about Buddha, like, I can't tell you anything about the guy. I can tell you a lot about Count Dracula. And he doesn't have 500 million followers. You're like, oh yeah, of course. Count Dracula is a blood-sucking, living dead vampire lord from Transylvania, loosely based off the legend of Vlad the Impaler. He bites people's necks, sleeps in a coffin, lives in a castle, turns into a bat, sometimes a wolf, is allergic to holy water, crucifixes, and garlic, has no reflection, and can only be killed by exposure to sunlight, or of course a wooden stake through the heart. You know, Dracula. Buddha.